Good morning everyone and welcome to Meister Tarot. I'd like to acknowledge our First Nations people, the Warramai people on whose land this video is being made. Okay, I've neglected US politics for a while, all the hoo-ha that's going, hurly-burly hoo-ha, however you like to put it, that's going on there. So I have a lot of questions that I want to have a look at, or just issues that I want to have a look at. So we'll see how whether that's one video or two at this stage. So I want to have a look at the SCOTUS. There is talk of introducing age restrictions, retirement ages, time limits, etc. Of course, the Republicans are pushing back on that, and the SCOTUS members are pushing back on that, the Republican SCOTUS members. I want to have a look at the Secret Service going forward. The head of the Secret Service was a Trump appointee. Want to see what happens there. Want to see what's happening with Gates and DeSantis. Been a bit quiet for Gates lately. Just see what the future holds for him. Lindsey Graham has been subpoenaed to appear at the excuse my nose, I whacked myself on something and I can't even remember what. Special grand jury in regards to the Georgia election fraud, along with six judges, not judges, six lawyers. So I want to have a look at that. And just to see whether more's coming in regards to John Hawley. Sorry about my phone, it's way over the other side of the room there. See whether there's more coming in regards to John Hawley. Was the fist waving and then fleeing a seed that's been planted because they have more on him to come? And is Trump going to announce prior to the midterms? Oh, man, that's a lot to cover. So what are we going to have first? Well, we'll have a look at Trump first. Is he going to announce prior to the midterms? Let's have a look. Using my trip and wait cards because it is a bit of a circus. One feels like one is on some sort of yippee beans talking on these guys constantly. And there are a couple of coke heads in the mix there as well. So let's have a look. A lot of these are yes no answers, so we'll just see how it goes, see how they follow along. Is Trump going to announce he's going to run for president prior to the midterm? Now, Beau of the Fifth Column, if you haven't caught it, has done a really interesting couple of videos on this. He's sort of damned if he does and damned if he doesn't. The RNC have said they won't pay his legal bills, though goodness knows why they're paying them anyhow. He apparently made $350 million or $250 million or whatever it was in a legal fund that he got at $5 a pop from his supporters that could barely afford it. I believe with that, that's going to be interesting. I believe with that, oh dear, whoops, he put his personal bank account in instead of an actual legal fund being set up properly. So he may be up for wire fraud on that as well. Oh, we might have a look at that. They'll pull his funding, they'll pull his support. The GOP have said they'll pull his support if he announces prior to the midterms, because he's one of those who the candidates that he's putting forward, they cannot win the primary without him. But the King of Pentacles just flipped over and I just popped it back in. But they're very concerned that they won't win the midterms with him. So that's why the GOP are not backing him. What's also happening there is, but the thing is if Trump kowtows to the GOP and the RNC and doesn't announce until after the midterms, then he's basically subjected himself to being a lackey of the GOP, which is not going to go down well for him either. Oh, it's all so complicated. Anyhow, either way, he'll lose standing. Okay, let's have a look. Will Trump announce his... This has popped out. It is my card for money laundering, because at the moment Trump is very toxic. He is a guy that ran and lost. He is being sued for, or not sued, taken to court for multiple crimes, including money fraud. This is about the two wealthies behind the scenes, while one is actually doing the work. So that's my money laundering, my money fraud card. Let's see. Will Trump announce? Sorry if my fingers are a bit grubby. I've been in the garden this morning pulling out the tomato plants. At long last, it's midwinter. It's about time they stopped producing, so I can plant some peas. Tell me, will Trump... Thank you, Master. Okay, well, doesn't surprise me. He's really feeling like he's defeated and having to have a bex and a lie down in retreat, listen to some of his favourite music. The truth is, the swords of truth are hanging over him, and I think he's just hoping it'll all just go away if he ignores it. But this is very much the wounded in battle and in retreat card. So let's see where it goes. Reaping what you sow, being disappointed with the harvest. I'm thinking he's not going to. Let's keep going. Base of the pack, he's under restriction. Base of the reading, he's under restriction. This is all the lies and deceits and whatnots that's... this is all the seedy underbelly that's come out and been exposed. It's a liability to the GOP. So he's finding himself restricted. He's between a rock and a hard place. Crowning the reading, See, another factor is, as soon as he announces any money he gets from his adoring fans is no longer his, it then belongs to the RNC or the GOP or however it works over there. So and if you think he's got money, he hasn't got money. He's got massive debts that he's frantically trying to juggle to pay off. He's battling a zillion court cases, and I'm sure his lawyer fees are costing him a small fortune every day. He is really juggling the finances. So, okay, thank you, Master. Thank you, Noreen. What I'm really getting is a sense that no, he's not going to. He's going to grift the money for as long as possible. Okay, immediate future. Things are happening. Things are moving forward very quickly, but it's also moving forward chaotically. So there are messages coming forward very quickly. King of Pentacles. Externally, this is Trump. Internally, the Queen of Swords. Ooh, okay. Very much about facing the truth, but this is also the court cases that he's up against. I mean, gosh, at last count there are about 13 serious ones, and I don't know how many minor ones there are as well. But this is internally, he is being faced dead sternly. Now, if you look at her, she's got her back to him in this particular. I was thinking they were around the other way. But she's weaving magic with that sword of truth. So this is the image he's wanting to project externally, that he's this, confident king, la-di-da, sitting there with all his money. But internally he's got all this, these legal cases against him that he's very aware of. Knight of Pentacles. Hopes and fears, slow, steady progress forward. Diligent, loyal, mercenary. see what the outcome is. Oh, here's my money laundering card. It's really drawing me to the potential wire fraud. I mean, I'm always of the opinion it's the IRS case in the Southern District of New York that's going to take him down as fraud cases. I've read a couple of times that there are 2 sets of books that are going to come to light. So it's all about the money fraud, the money laundering, the all these dark aspects with finances that's going to bring him down. But what's this in regards to? Is he going to announce? It's a no card, and that's a no card, sitting in his gilded cage. The past, well, yeah, we know that. The past is going to be his undoing, we know that. Oh, no surprises at the bottom of the pack is the devil, combined with the dripping fool's gold money. He's trying to make a plan. He is at a crossroads in regards to this plan as to which way he goes. But here we have the ending. The ending, and it's all about the big lie, the deceit, the betrayal. So I see that no, he's not going to announce by the midterms because he's too sucked up into this grifting. I mean, this could be called a grifting card as well, misleading his fans. So no, I'm not getting that he's going to announce. I think he's just going to. I love this game. But it is the past that's going to bring him down. It's the past that's going to bring him down. If we remember where those 2 were, it was this card next to this card. He is really juggling his finances, trying to stay afloat, and he wants to keep the money flowing in. Okay, so I'm getting no for that, so we shall see where that leads us, but I want to have a look at so many. Will Trump face, I'm getting a no. I was going to say, will he face, I'll read on it, but will he face legal action in regards to wire fraud with the incorrect setup of his legal fund? I'm getting a no because he's not going to make it. If you had a look, did he give a speech the other day at one of his golf courses or something? I saw a video in regards to that. And it was on television. And even my husband said, oh my goodness, he doesn't look well. And literally, he looked like he was decomposing in front of our eyes. But 4 cards, please. Will Trump be charged for... It's a tricky one because those who contributed to the fund would have been fully aware of the truth. They just chose not to believe it. But will, excuse me, left over from my head cold, Trump face charges in regards to the misappropriation of his legal fund? So what's popped out is the sword is piercing the crown here. So it is about bringing forth the truth about it, and that there is a lot of work and skill being done on this at the moment. What have we got about this wire fraud, about the receiving of the money? But I'm not seeing that it's going to actually, I don't think he's going to make it. I don't think he's going to be mentally around long enough to actually face charges. Oh, thank you telling me, yes, I'm right. But the truth does need to be brought out, packed up and moved forward in regards to this manipulation. but it is a burdensome thing to prove. I mean, I have said this before. Oh, base of the pack. Yeah, this is him. He's not well. He's really, really not well. Okay, thank you. I just got this real hit. You know how he's doing these rallies and he gets on stage and he's all peppy? I just got this download that he is just pumped full of drugs before he goes on. He has a time limit to do his Yahoo in or whatever, and then he's got to be off afterwards. And then it takes him days, gosh, more than days, not weeks, but more than days to recover from those rallies, is what I'm being told. So the impromptu one that you saw at the golf course where, as I say, he looked like he was decomposing in front of our eyes, is the actual Trump of the moment. Okay, what am I going to have a look at? So that was those two. So many options. I might leave Josh Hawley and DeSantis and Gates until tomorrow. What I'll do is I'll do 2 videos today again, and I'll publish one today and one tomorrow. But let me know if you've got any questions, and that is assuming nothing comes up urgently in the meantime. Okay, I'm going to have a look at the SCOTUS. Oh no, okay, not those cards. It's telling me to use my runic tarot for the SCOTUS. I don't know why. Probably because they are such a strength card. Beautiful cards. Love these cards. That's the strength card there. That's the devil on the back. Okay. Will there be dramatic changes to the Supreme Court of the United States in its, I'm not talking about in its makeup because we already know that. Still got 2 more to go before mid next year, according to my readings. Gosh, last Christmas. It feels like last week. Still 2 more to go, at least. Don't see Kavanaugh being one of them at this stage, but I do see it being, strangely enough, Thomas and Roberts. But Kavanaugh will be going. He'll go probably 6 months or so after that. Okay, will there be time limits and retirement ages introduced to the Supreme Court? Right, okay, thank you. I am actually getting it next year. When those 2 go, there will be, emotionally calm, something to be revealed in her cup. Looking at the dolphin in the background. Once the Democrats control the House, the Senate, and the President, which will be next year, so don't fear, there's going to be some really, really dramatic changes. But tell me, I'm not going to put a time limit on this, but will there be retirement ages? Because honestly, serving until they die of decrepit old age is just ridiculous. You need someone who's, Ruth Bader Ginsburg was still with all her marbles, but there's a few serving on there that are literally nodding in their cup of tea. Tell me. It's a yes card, but it's going to take a while. Let's have a look. Come on down. It's going to happen, but it's not going to happen overnight. I love this. He's got his skis on and He's mid-air. Okay, thank you. He's doing I don't know if you watch the Olympics with the skiing and they do the tricks, etc. He's got his skis on. It's almost like he's doing a loop-the-loop type thing. I'm not quite sure what they call it in skiing. But he's still got his axe and his... not sure what's in his other hand. It looks almost like a mace. Still got his arrows in his quiver and his bow over his shoulders. He's just mid-loop at the moment. So this is where we are at the moment. We're just hanging on mid-loop, waiting to land, and then we can launch into it. Another yes card. Justice. Actions and consequences, but the Supreme Court. So at the moment, it's just paused at the moment. At the base, Eight of Swords. So this is the energies at the moment. Excuse me. Pardon me. Is that the government is confined in what they can actually do at the moment, the Democratic Party, in regards to the Supreme Court. It is a case of, okay, it's about just biding the time for the moment until they have authority over these three levels of government. At the moment, they're just feeling themselves confined. But we have this King of Wands figure here in the past. It is... it is in the past, but okay. They're telling me this is Ruth, the inspiration of Ruth Bader Ginsburg. And she was actually all for time limits and retirement ages. She just didn't want to leave the SCOTUS exposed during a vulnerable time. An inspirational, fiery person. So, yeah, she's still around. Just believe that she's still around. This is in the past. It is her inspiration, but it's also the fact that in the past, people have now seen what happens when you don't have these controls and restrictions. Okay, thank you. They want me to ask another question about, just to clarify, I'm pretty sure I know what the answer is, that the SCOTUS would also then be restricted to dealing with constitutional issues only, not anything that's not in the Constitution. So anything that's not in the Constitution, so you've got Roe versus Wade and the same-sex marriage laws, etc. Then, as far as I understand, they are not actually as of yet written in the Constitution because they were never codified, so therefore the SCOTUS wouldn't have influence. But we'll keep going with this. Four of Pentacles, which is about assessing what you have available to you, what you have left, hanging on to, he's got a jewellery box in his hand as he watches the ship burn. It is about, can be about insecurity, but it's more in this particular deck about holding what is precious close to you at this stage. Near future. Six of Wands. Okay. Victory. So this is telling me yes, that there is going to, this is going to be introduced, victory, but this is also the midterms. Victory at the midterms. Thank you, Meister. Thank you, Narin. Okay. Externally. Four of Swords. So externally, the SCOTUS is wounded in battle. It's in retreat. There's no two ways about that. Internally, how it's viewed, Eight of Cups is about walking away from what is no longer serving you, moving towards what is going to work. So that's internally. So, yeah, sums it up pretty well. The SCOTUS externally is quite wounded. Its reputation is shot. Its respect is basically non-existent, even within itself. But externally, it's just seen as oh, okay, a pack of troublemakers is what I'm being told. Not all of them, but enough to be classified as that, because those that aren't troublemakers haven't got any control to deal with those that are. So internally, it will become a time of change and moving on. Hopes and fears, temperance, yes. Gosh, I love that this card is in this position. This is about coming back towards balance and moderation, and being a democratic representative of all. SCOTUS, Supreme Court. Immediate outcome, 5 of Swords. It's the old lies, deceit, betrayal, stealing from the armoury to leave the village unattended. It's sly lies and deception. However, the truth will, okay, love these. The truth will cut through. It will come to the fore. This is the government, and the government, 10 of Pentacles, moving forward into a new era. And then we have my Biden card. Oh, and authentic reform. Death card, but in this particular reading it is about authentic reform. Fortunes rising and falling. This is new endings of ways that have endings of how things have always been done. I'm just looking at the number of major arcana that are starting to pop up, but this is about the ending of how something's always been done, and starting a new way of doing things. Karma coming back and biting you on the bum. Biting the bum on the Emperor in regards to the past. It's going to happen very quickly in regards to Homeland Security. And he's actually very anxious about it, but we are reaching this new beginning. So, according to those, and according to what I was told, is that yes, there is going to be authentic reform of the Supreme Court. Quite significant reform actually, and it will happen after the midterm elections. Oh, and time's getting away with me already. Okay, so it will definitely be 2 videos. I'll pop this one up today, and I'll do Hawley, DeSantis, Gates and Graham tomorrow, but I just want to have a look at will the SCOTUS be confined to constitutional law only? Will one of the changes be gives more power to the federal government? Will one of the changes be that the SCOTUS, the Supreme Court, will be confined to constitutional law only? Looking for yes, no, thanks, Master. And Narine, yes, no. Oh. Yes, no. Will the SCOTUS be confined to constitutional law? Thank you. Okay, this is about new skills coming in, learning new skills, building. It is a yes card, but it is about working hard, building new skills, creating something new. Thank you, Master. I knew I would get it if I waffled enough. It is about creating something new and stronger. Knight of Cups, Page of Pentacles, 2 of Swords, moving on to something. Wounded in battle, and then we have the new beginning. So it is about creating something new in regards to this. there is going to be, here's the gentle knight. He is bringing a message of an offer forward, of an offer of something new coming forward. The Page of Pentacles is about dreaming big and working hard, again, moving forward. And I love that it's tying with this, because if you have a look, it is about working on bringing something new to the fore, and this is the message of bringing something new into the picture. They are at a crossroads at this stage, but there is this determination to move on to what will work. The SCOTUS at the moment is quite badly wounded, and we are looking again, the Pentacles tying back in, this new beginning. So, don't have a timeline on it, but I am, from what I can see there, I am looking at a yes. Base of the pack is the Empress. When I'm not talking about Russia or Trump, it is about the birth of something new and abundance. And then I had at the base as well, putting all the swords of truth in the boat and moving on into the ship and moving on to calmer waters. So from what I can see from that is actually it's a yes. Okay, thank you for joining me today. I shall post this up and then I'll nip through another lot of bits and pieces and post that tomorrow. So thank you for joining me, because I don't want to overwhelm you with more than one video a day. If you've got any questions or you want me to read anything, please put them in the comments below or send me an email at meistertarot@gmail.com. So thank you for joining me. Love to you all. Take care and look after yourselves. Bye-bye.